At YAI, what we do, we are effectively building the trust layer that fact checks and stops hallucinations in AI content. Probably some of you know that losses from AI hallucinations reached $67 billion in 2024 alone, and it can have adverse effects on entire industries. For example, in healthcare, we know that because of how untrustworthy AI content is, the vast majority of AI adoption projects has been paused or otherwise put on hold because of these uncertainties that AI content creates. So if you're yourself using ChatGPT or similar tools, you probably know that sometimes they make up facts, make up links, and this is a widespread problem. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a news about a Deloitte report that had a made-up quote and, of course, a made-up source for that quote, and they were unfortunately caught by the company that has ordered this report. Actually, it was an Australian government, and it was a very unpleasant situation, let's say, for the business. And the mission that YAI has is actually to prevent this from happening by helping businesses to fact check the content, to remove hallucinations from it, and build trust and preserve trust in their brands.
That's fantastic. So it sounds like there are regulatory costs potentially in some industries to fact problems. I would think, certainly healthcare and financial service, and there are very likely others. And then, but there's also reputation and credibility loss as well. So you want to kind of walk us through where the challenges are for companies and
Yeah, absolutely. As you rightly noticed already, there are compliance and regulatory issues that can happen as a result of untrustworthy content distribution, reputational damage, and perhaps something that we come across more or less every day, fake news as well. This is all part of the same problem. We noticed when we started building YAI, we noticed that perhaps professionals across regulated industries have been hit more than others. Like financial services, healthcare, anywhere where you create consumer-focused content, which is regulated. The problem is that there is more content being created right now than ever before, thanks to AI. And in most cases, the teams that are responsible for creating this content are now spending more than half of their time actually editing the content that has been created. So what we notice is that a lot of the productivity gains that happen in the beginning of the process, when you ideate with AI or when you write up the content very quickly, they've been negated further down the line when you actually have to go through this content with a toothpick and make sure that everything that you say is accurate. It has sources that can back up these claims, and it will make sense in the end.